Right, so in a real consultation, you and I would have had a conversation. I would have taken your case history first, so bringing in all my other skills as a practitioner. And then we'll use the Quest form to add information to that case history. Okay. So I've entered your name. You have to enter your gender and your date of birth. And the test we're going to run today is called the comprehensive analysis. So I'm just going to tick that box. I'm ticking the box here, baseline, because I want to have a body scan as well. And I'm just going to click Start Test. And all you need to do is hold one of these in each hand. So that one in your left hand, and then this one in your right hand.
What is differently left and right?
Okay, hold them, you'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got skin contact. As soon as you're holding them, it's initializing the test. And what the Quest 4 does is run through a database of energetic signatures. Each of those signatures goes in through one electrode and then is read by the other electrode. And what the system is doing is reading for your body's response to each of those energetic signatures. It goes so quickly, so that the body scan is done. That was in less than a minute. And the system is now going through a database in this test of several thousand digital energetic signatures. And it's just looking to see your body's response to each of those. So it has, on the system, it has a database of over 65,000 energetic signatures. And they cover all sorts of factors. So emotional factors, nutritional, chemical, environmental, toxins, inherited patterns, the kind of genotype patterns that we might resonate with, phenotypes. And it's really, we're going through each of them, almost like asking your body questions. So as you can see it going down the list, as it goes to one folder, it's like it's asking your body whether there's a reaction to things in that folder. If there is, it opens that folder and goes through them all. So then we're seeing the ones that your body has had a reaction to is coming up in our report. Red isn't necessarily bad. The yellow or the red, so the words here where it says, it's got the filter name, so bacterial signatures, that says that your body showed a response to the file of energetic signatures that is under bacterial. The green is what we call the balancing item. So out of all of those energetic signatures, that's the one that, if we give that back to your body as an informational remedy in the same way as homeopathy, it has the effect of balancing your body. So the yellow and the red, yellow just tells us that your response to that signature showed that there was or in Chinese medicine we would talk about it being under energy, low energy. Red in Chinese medicine would be at higher energy, but more activity. And the green is the balancing.
We can print also this report also.
You can print it out, or you can save it as a PDF to email. Okay, so that first test is done. So that took, what, 3 minutes or so to do a full comprehensive test. So what we would now do as a practitioner is have a look to see what has come up. This was our body scan. So in our first column, the pre-test, we can see how your body has reacted to each of those energetic signatures. If it's in green, your body responded within a parameter that I've set. So there's nothing to bring into balance there. If it comes up as red, it's showing that organ or system responded to that energetic signature in a way where there's already a response. If there's a yellow, then it's showing that your response to that signature was, again, in Chinese medicine, it would be a depleted or a low energy response. And our aim is to bring all of these back into balance. So the first test was that first scan through the body, and then the system went through the database of signatures, and we can see in the post-test column how your body will react to the signatures that have already been selected. So some of these have come into balance. So we know that your adrenal gland resonance will come into balance with the remedy that we've got. Eustachian tube, however, was yellow, so it was a slightly low energy response. With the remedy, it raises its response, but it's gone into red. So I still need to add some information to that. And the same with parathyroid is still not in balance. So then we go into our filters tab, and we're just going to ask it to do a further test for those. Okay, so parathyroid, let's do parathyroid first and see. And then it goes through the signatures again, and your body selects additional signatures to go in there. Okay, and then we can go back and see, there we go, whether anything's changed. Okay, so now you can see that all of this column has all gone into green. So anything that tested as imbalanced, we know that if we can make a remedy from the signatures that your body has selected, that would bring your body into balance in the same way as a homeopathic remedy would do. So we could stay there. Some people use the system really as it was designed, is a piece of technology that reads your body's response to energetic signatures, and then we can give you those energetic signatures back in an imprinted remedy. And some practitioners, that's as far as they go. What you can also do within your skills, so if the practitioner's a homeopath or a nutritionist or an acupuncturist or an Ayurvedic practitioner or a medical practitioner, you can then look at what comes up in the filters, and you're looking for patterns to see how that information adds to your understanding of what's going on with that patient. So we can do further tests. We can, there are a selection of tests here we could add. For example, we could look at for you a nutritional, to see how you respond to different nutritional resonances. I don't need to do a body scan because I've done that once, so I untick that one and I start the test again, and this time it's specifically going through a file of informational signatures relating to nutrition, so we can see how your body responds to each of those. What's wonderful about this is how fast it is. Yeah. Okay. So that would be how you do a nutritional scan. I can organise them into alphabetical order to make them easier to read. So I could, as a practitioner, imprint those informational signatures into a remedy, and give you that remedy. Or because I'm nutritionally trained, within my case study, I will also be looking at nutrition, and the information that comes up in here is quite interesting to me as a practitioner because that's my training. If I were a acupuncturist or a chiropractor, I might choose to do a different scan. I might choose to do a vertebrae scan or an acupuncture meridian scan. So once you've decided that you've done all of the tests and got all the information that you need, what you then do is, let's go back to your first one, the comprehensive one. There we go. Okay. We could add in some extra tests. One of the ways you can do that, it might be that I want to choose tests. So for example, with the way that I work, I'm very interested in supporting those inherited patterns that we bring into life. So I might run an extra test like a miasm influence or a constitutional test, which is looking through a series of homeopathic remedies to see whether there's any response. Some practitioners might choose, instead of working out the remedy themselves, what you can do is tick a non-linear test. So I need to add test, non-linear, and click start. And what the system then does is it goes through all of the different folders for the different tests that I have built into the system. And any that show a response from your energy system, I can then run those tests. So it's almost like the practitioner can be taken out of that, and the whole conversation can be between the database and your body-mind system. Okay. So that's quite interesting. So the one at the top is the constitutional influence. So actually for you, it's almost like your body is saying there's something in that constitutional test that I resonate with. There's something some information that I need from there. So I can add that in, again, by going back to my front page. I can find constitutional influence, so that's a test I've got pre-built. I can tick it, I can run that test, and now that folder of energetic signatures, your body's getting a chance to go through each one. And I can let your body choose exactly which homeopathic remedy is going to be most helpful for it. Okay. So once I've done all the tests that I want to do, and I'm happy that the information is what your body needs, I can then run a test to find out how you want that remedy made. So I'm ticking another box, imprinting specifics, start test. And this is asking your body how it wants that information to be imprinted into your remedy. Now we can I tend to use a liquid remedy, so this is alkalized water with alcohol. Some people like to use pilules. These are sucrose pilules, so very familiar to those working within the homeopathic model. Growing in popularity in the UK are skin patches. We can imprint the information into the skin patch. Very helpful if you're working with somebody who maybe they're using this system to help with an addiction, such as quitting nicotine or bringing hormone balance, where using skin derma patches is familiar. The other thing that we can do is imprint into a low-level laser. So that those are our imprint medium that we tend to use in this clinic. Okay, so we asked it how we want it to be imprinted, so I'm just searching for that. Okay, it's asked for 45 seconds. individual dilution. So at the moment, the test is run as multi-chord. Multi-chord is a mix of homeopathic potencies. But your body is saying that it wants specific homeopathic dilutions for each of them. So what we'll do is we just highlight the whole column. Oops. Okay. Let's try that one again. So we're going to click that one. And that one. Okay, and I just click scan. And then it'll go back to each of these signatures, and for each individual one, your body will select the most appropriate potency. You know, in homeopathic theory, there's a different potency from X, C, right the way up to M, and that's what it's doing. So each of these boxes that you see with lots of squares, this is where the system is looking for a response from your body to choose the most effective remedy.
Still same missing. Yeah, still same missing this. Last time
Yes.
I've come this same. Last time I've come same
Yeah.
missing.
It's the same machine, yes.
Same.
Yeah. So this is one of the old systems,
yeah.
the older siren. The new ones, this is a USB one. It's plugged into the computer. You can have exactly the same. You can also have the Bluetooth one now, which is lighter.
So don't need wire.
You don't need wires, and this has got a metal case. The new one has a plastic case, so it's much lighter if you're travelling. Yeah, if you're seeing many clinics, the Bluetooth one is much lighter weight.
Function is same and everything.
Functionality is exactly the same. The software is exactly the same. Okay. So now it's completed the test, and you can see it's now added in for each one a specific homeopathic potency. So some of them are X, some of them are V, some of them D, M, C. Okay? And then we're going to, you see it says imprint for 45 seconds. So what I would then do is choose our remedy. So I might say to you, which kind of remedy would you like? Would you like to have the pills? Pills, yeah, then. Now our test plate here, all we need to do is to put our imprint remedy on there. We can click on test plate. You can see we can imprint. And it asks for how long. We've already been told it's 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Current dilutions, and I click start, and we can see the timing.
Timing, yeah.
And so now what it's doing is imprinting. It's sending all of those digitally encoded signatures through the test plate. So whatever is on the test plate is getting imprinted with that remedy. And we can see it's worked out the quantity and the duration.
Yeah.
Now this is working in drops if you're doing this.
Drop, yeah.
With the pilules, I generally recommend one pilule under the tongue,
Yeah.
first thing in the morning, last thing in the
Lovely,
evening. And just as with any homeopathic remedy, away from mints, eucalyptus, strong flavours, coffee,
Yeah.
and so on. Okay. So we're just sussing the remedy in the same way as you would with a homeopathic. Okay, and then this is our laser pen. If we put the laser pen on the test plate, we can click on laser here.
Yeah.
Okay, we can
Start.
click on start. The first thing it does is erase the memory in the laser pen from a previous session. And then it's imprinting, so it's now sending all of those signatures into the laser.
Left.
Okay, so we can start our treatment for you by giving your body that informational signature using a laser light. Should we try this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you put those in there. So I just need you standing maybe in the corner.
Okay. It's okay?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have a little dog. All right, so it's a low-level laser, so it won't hurt your eyes, but you might like to have your eyes closed.
Yeah.
And then just put your palms facing
Okay.
forward. Okay. So I'm just going to scan the laser up and down the body 3 times. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then if you can turn around so you've got your back to me, but the palms of the
like
hands
this?
to me again. Perfect. And we'll do 3 scans again. 1, 2, 3. Very good. I'm going to go over your hands again because we've got so many acupuncture points on the hands and also the ears.
Nazdik aao.
1 minute, 1 minute.
And I'm going to go over your ears again because on the ears, of course, you've got acupuncture points that relate to the whole body. And then on the other side. Lovely. Okay. Now, let's see if that's imprinted into your energy system. So if you hold on to these again, okay, well done. So I'm just going to click on laser effectiveness. And what this is doing is just seeing whether that informational signature has imprinted. Okay, so it says retreat with laser, so we need to do that again. Okay, so if you put those in there, okay, and if you stand up again. Do you have any particular aches or pains or problem areas of your body today?
No problem.
If you were a client who was coming and maybe they had a neck problem or liver problems, I would scan over that area. Okay, and then turn around for me again. Thank you. Lovely. All right, let's see how that goes. If you can hold on to these again. And we click on laser effectiveness. Okay, and now it's gone green, transfer successful, so I know that you've had enough laser treatment. Okay, so those are for you to take away. So essentially we have put all of those informational signatures into a remedy. We've imprinted that energetically, and by taking the remedy, it's like reminding your body of that healthy pattern. We can produce a report by clicking on the report filter. Some practitioners like to produce a full report for their clients. Others don't. It's really up to how the practitioner works.
Yeah, some people not give report.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's flexible enough so that you can decide what you want to include in it. So the hold tank. Okay, that was the all the different remedies, the different signatures, and I could choose either to make it very simple or in detail. So if I show you, for example, if I tick for the whole tank, including a description, and with the baseline including a description, if I give you a preview, you can see, I don't know if you might need to get in quite close to be able to see it, but you can see what you're printing out for your client includes a lot of information about each of the signatures that is included in the remedy. You might decide that actually for your client, for the patient, you want to keep it simpler. So you can just untick those boxes, and it makes a much simpler report. And so there's a flexibility for you to be able to do that. So you can either save that as a PDF and email it, or you could print it and put it into a nice presentation folder. Other things that you could do, if you think a particular remedy might be helpful for somebody. So for me, I'm nutritionally trained, so I might want to know whether you would do well taking a particular remedy. Now, on the software, there's a database that includes lots of different remedies, and certainly all of my favourite nutritional remedies, I have imprinted them on there. But what's quite nice is if you as a client brought along a supplement and you want to know if this is the best supplement for you, I can test it on the test plate. So say you had brought along this remedy. Okay. What I can do is go back to the test plate and I can click test item on plate. Okay. And then I can see how your body responds energetically to that remedy. Okay, so for this one, it's come up as red, so it would potentially maintain where you are, but it isn't going to be, it isn't going to raise your energy. It's not a causal factor. So I probably would look for a different remedy. But this is a really lovely advantage of the system for the practitioner. A homeopath, for example, might be working out which is the most particular homeopathic remedy. They might have two to choose from, and they can try one and see how the client responds, and then do the other one. It's a very, very helpful addition to be able to really tailor the consultation for your client. Okay. So I think that is the Quest 4 as a short demonstration.
But yeah, now it's good.
That
I'm happy
okay?
now because last time I don't show them that not okay video.
Okay.
And photos also they don't see.
Okay.
Not good. So that's why I'm come again now. I'm stay here now. I'll be 20,
Yes.
24 days. Then
Okay.
everything is done. Then I take
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Okay. You have a busy time.
Good business. I take a new one or no? What
And
you say?
there are videos online as well.
Videos on
You
there.
have seen these. So there are a series of videos where the developer of the system, Mark Galloway, he runs through a variety of tests, and you can really see the screen on those videos.
Now this year?
Yes, you can put those there. So that might be a helpful resource. You know, if you haven't had those yet.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not going now. Definitely with me. Check now this time.
Okay.
So I'm stay here now with Kamal.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah.
Maybe you said like Bluetooth one. Missing
Yes.
is coming different one, new one.
Yeah.
So might be that better that one.
Yeah.
Carrying anywhere.
If you're carrying it, Bluetooth is lighter. I mean, with this one,
This is just
you can feel the
hospital.
weight of it.
Yeah, this is
So it's very solid. It's very good for working on a desk, which is how I work.
yeah.
My colleague does a clinic here, a clinic in London, a clinic in Wales, a clinic in Manchester. She's all over. So she has the Bluetooth and she has it in a small.
Anyways,
bag.
same everything function. Everything.
Absolutely. The software is on the computer.
Completely. Yeah. So with attached with laptop, but that means also same. Laptop.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
not in screen here.
It's
no.
not in here.
That's
The
okay.
software is uploaded onto your computer,
Yeah.
and all of the updates that we have. You know that the updates. A lot of systems you have to pay extra for different signatures. The way that Quest has always worked is that we all get all of the updates automatically. You just need to be able to connect to the internet.
Some people buy this machine, allopathic doctor.
Yeah.
So what they're doing, they will give own medicine.
Yes, if you
Because one doctor asked me like that over there.
Yeah.
You can buy for me one, I pay money.
Okay.
So they were interested by this one because last time I saw them this one.
Yes.
So he's looking online, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he's asking me if I am also interested one buy for my
Yes.
hospital.
Yes.
So that is, I'm asking why you buy this is allopathy hospital.
Yeah.
He said I know I can give my medicine also with this machine.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
So the way that this works,
Mm.
it's not allopathic medicine. It's not diagnostic. Okay. So that doctor, he has his skill base.
Yeah.
So he will use all of those diagnostic skills, all the laboratory
Just this
testing.
diagnosis, yeah.
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 He's got all of those, so he
Yeah.
can make a diagnosis.
Okay.
What this then does is take that energy medicine approach,
Mm.
where you really are looking at how how a person responds to energetic signals.